He's an 8-time Louisiana Association of Broadcasters Award winner. And he snapped a ball through his legs.
Wait, why does your name get to go first?
Shut up.
This is Scone and T.
8-time
Because
winner.
they made us.
8-time winner of what? An LAB award? Only one show gets nominated from each station for the award. The one time OTB we forced them to give us a nomination, we won Best Sports. I get the 8-time award winner. Get the hell out of here. That's right, folks. No Moscona tonight. No Scone. No Scona on tonight's Scone and Tea. So this is a full high tea and miss episode of Scone and Tea here. Look, I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you're having an excellent Wednesday. It's kind of insane, man. It is, as we're doing the show, we're out here at Oliver Twist. As always, Oliver Twist, the best drink selection in town. Incredible food. Can't wait to see what they're going to bring me tonight. I got 3 different versions of Elijah Craig that I'm going to be fed tonight. Just regular, I guess some toasted, and barrel proof. I will likely make fun of Matt by pretending like I know what I'm talking about with whiskey. However, you know me, I don't have a very discerning palate. If you have a discerning palate, though, and if this sounds interesting to you, every Wednesday while we do the show, you can get that break-even bottle. So you pay way less than you ever would for this otherwise because you're paying the wholesale price, right? They do not make a profit on it. We got a lot to get to tonight. We're going to talk a lot of baseball, obviously. We got the, once again, the Tigers and the Beavers. Been a decade of us running into each other this way. We got to stop running into each other this way. It's happening once again. And I'll probably go to questions early. We'll chill. We're going to drink. Well, it's going to be a relaxed show. Moose, come on. Go ahead and sit down. Come on in here.
I got to sit down? Can I stand?
Or you can stand. Yeah, stand. Yeah,
stand.
I just mean like come get in the shot. Like get comfortable, whatever you want.
I'm going to stand.
Okay, so there's a lot that I want to talk about. I'm trying to decide how I want to start because I'm almost going to like pseudo interview you during some of this. Let's start here, Moose. I haven't got to talk to you, so catch me up real quick.
All right, on what?
What were your thoughts on how LSU managed the SEC championship, the SEC tournament, excuse me? And I'll give us a little Elijah Craig.
I wasn't surprised just because of the way Jay answered questions the week leading up. Yep. I mean, I think it was Cobble. Cobble flat out asked him, do you want to win it? And in no uncertain terms, Jay said it's not important for us to win it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't really surprised. I mean, they sat 91 RBI out of the lineup on Friday against A&M. You can, whatever reason you want to believe for that, believe it. I don't really care. It's not important. He's going to play this weekend, so it's not really worth digging into. I loved the way they set the pitching up.
Seems to me you might have heard some of the rumors as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like as soon as he
you
goes,
ain't sitting him. Let's just say this: if it's a regional, you ain't sitting him.
As soon as he goes into the post game and says he's going to play next week, it's over. Like who cares? Who cares?
Yeah. It's in-house, boys.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I liked the way they set the pitching up a lot. I mean, I don't think that was coincidence. We'll get our answer Friday if it was or not. But I don't think
they'll
was.
go because Rance was talking about going with Floyd game 1. Do you think they go with Hurd game 1?
I would go Hurd game 1.
Okay.
I mean, look, that's what I would do.
That is a bit of a roll of the dice. No. I guess maybe less so than getting to the end with nothing, and you should be able to beat 19-42 lane.
That's my point, right? So I think going Hurd, Skeens, Floyd gives you the best chance to sweep through this, which is what you want to do. Who would you rather pitch you to a championship, Ty Floyd or Thatcher Hurd? And Thatcher Hurd has been pretty darn good over the last month of the season, if we're being honest.
No, he's been great, dude.
Okay,
I don't know exactly because I haven't just gone and done the numbers, but I feel like out of the last 6 times I've seen Thatcher Hurd, only once was I upset. I was obviously a little upset at the beginning of Georgia, and then he just, found the grid, found a way, 5 innings. It was awesome. That fucking dude, the last 2 or 3 innings of the Georgia game might have been the most stressed that I was all season long. That was brutal.
You did the first one, the extra inning game?
Yes, the Friday night game, where everything hung in the balance.
Yeah,
literally, it felt like all the hard work was at the risk of being diminished and eroded.
It did, and think of how the weekend.
Oh, right on.
Think of how the weekend ended prior. You blew a 9-run lead.
Acadian pasta. Let's go. What's up? Okay, right on. Some grilled chicken on the Acadian pasta just came out.
But
Yeah,
exactly. I was fine with the way they handled the SEC tournament. I thought the bullpen was great. You had one bad inning, really almost one bad pitch when Dutton hung the curveball. I mean, before that, they had thrown shutout ball. Like before the 7th inning, in your 3rd game, your bullpen had thrown shutout ball.
Yeah.
You can't ask for a better bounce back after the way it was going for them. So, I mean,
I agree, dude.
I thought the SEC tournament, you did a lot of good. You lost the games in frustrating fashion. 3 for 20 with runners in scoring position is not good. But, I mean.
It ain't going to happen again. It's gimmicky. And then you know what else is gimmicky? A fucking catcher interference.
Yeah, that
I actually turned off the game at that point. I was so mad. I just said, I'm not, because I didn't care about it anyway. And then I didn't want to have to watch, like, the slow blood drawing of can you fight back? So I said, fucking, I'm out. That's some bullshit. That's an awful break. I mean, again,
it was
the right call.
Yes,
the right
I
call.
agree.
But not going to happen again. And just fucking awful. When you're already back in the dugout celebrating, okay, all is well, and then everything. But you know what? I love the mental toughness of coming out and putting up zeros after that.
Riley Cooper was great.
Right? And making it not matter. So, no, I'm with you, man. I came out feeling buoyed by the SEC tournament because of bullpen. But then, like, you know, I'm tweeting about how, you know, it doesn't really matter. I don't care. Like, even Dutton. Now, everybody's told me they disagree with this, so I think that I'm wrong here. But in my mind, even the Dutton play, I don't hate because to me that was Jay Johnson being like, all right, in this final, you know, relatively low stakes but kind of high leverage situation, let's see what he can do. And if he doesn't do it, well, then I know I'm only going to him like if I have no other choice, right? And so you can now cross a name off your list. But like Ackenhausen, Hurd, y'all are in the boat. Come on. Oh God, hold on.
Guidry.
I know Guidry and Herring, but I'm trying to think after Ackenhausen and Hurd. Am I missing anybody? Oh, Cooper. I feel like Cooper's had 2 or 3 good outings. You're in the boat probably, and then we're getting into Griffin or Guidry and Herring, and you maybe got to get down to them. So it's I feel better than I did, ironically, even though, as Mark Etheridge pointed out this morning, you've lost 3 of the last 4 weekends now, or 2 of the last. No, yeah, 3.
If you want to count the SEC tournament, sure. Sure, whatever, fine, whatever. Mississippi State went 0-2 in the SEC tournament in 2021 and then won a national championship.
Run rule twice. Ole Miss lost the first game and won it.
We have to change the way we think about the SEC tournament now with Jay Johnson because it's not Paul Maneri anymore.
Well, but also
he doesn't want to win it every year.
But also,
and that's okay.
But also, it's like we do have to remember as well that near the end, Maneri was making a lot of hay in those tournaments, it felt like. That's where they were making up a lot of ground for maybe some mistakes earlier in the year. Like, the SEC tournament matters if you have resume building left to do.
If you're South Carolina this year, it matters. If you're A&M this year, it matters.
If you're already set, you're fine, dude. You're good.
I mean, Arkansas bowed out after they beat LSU. Florida got destroyed by Vanderbilt on the weekend. It's just and they're the 2 and 3 seeds. So, I mean, we all just have to change the way we think about it now. We have to view it through a different lens because it is different.
You know what's funny to me, Muse, is that I don't know why I'm saying Muse. I've never fucking said that before in my life. Been hanging out with goddamn Scone too
Look
much,
at this. You hate to see it, honestly.
I honestly do. I'm going to say Moose.
There it is.
I'm going back.
That's better. Yeah, I like that better too.
Here, dude. Fuck that. Okay, sorry. To me though, man, the one of the funny parts about this is we all have. Might as well be Dory on Finding Nemo. We seem to be suffering from a little short-term memory. I mean, which LSU coach just fucking told us she didn't give a fuck about the SEC tournament beyond winning one game and then won a national championship? Like, Kim Mulkey literally just did this. So for everybody in my mentions who was yelling at me about a lack of competitive fire and it's on Jay Johnson and at least Jay Johnson can recruit. Like, okay, look, those might still be in play, but it's not because of anything that happened in Hoover. Like, all that matters is what happens this weekend and next weekend. Just like with Coach Mulkey, it didn't matter they lost to Tennessee in the SEC tournament or whatever, because what mattered was March. And what did she do? She won the fucking national championship. So get out of here, man. It matters for some, not really for others. I feel good about the form of LSU entering this regional, and feel bad for Oregon State because have you seen what's been going on with their team lately?
Yeah,
they were heating up and they just injuries and at the worst possible time.
That is very true. And I mean, look, man, losing bullpen arms like LSU and Arkansas have done is one thing. Losing starting pitchers is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Look at South Carolina.
Yeah.
South Carolina lost Will Sanders. South Carolina lost, Noah Hall, and they've cratered. Like, they have cratered. That's how that's gone. I'm not telling you Oregon State's going to crater. I think Oregon State's a great program. They have a lot of talent on the team, but coming into this regional with the offenses that they're going to have to face, it's not a recipe for success. Their offense is great as well. Like, that's the thing, T. When I look at this regional, I see offense. I see Oregon State. I see LSU. I see Sam Houston State. That's three.
And you see a Tulane team that set a school record for highest ever team ERA.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, as soon as I saw Tulane up.
Is it toasted?
As soon as I saw Tulane beat ECU, I just immediately tweeted Tulane to Baton Rouge as the 4 seed? Question mark. And lo and behold, here they are. So I mean, that's something you want too. But for them to come in down starting pitching into this regional with these offenses, they're going to have to slug their way. And their bullpen's very good, but their bullpen's coming off one of their worst weekends in the Pac-12 tournament, which was very out of character for them.
Yeah, they got fucked up. I think they gave up 20-something runs in 2 games.
Something along those lines. It was rough.
They lost 2 stars. Okay, so right at the end of the year, Oregon State had a weird year. They started bad. Then they were really fucking good. I think it was like week 3 on. I think they started 1-5 in conference, right? Mm-hmm. Then they got hot. They finished great. But then right before the postseason, they lost their number 1 guy, Jaron Hunter, right? And then they lost their number 2 guy. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Kometz.
It is Kometz?
Sorry,
okay.
Kometz. Yeah, Kometz.
Jake Kometz. And look, I mean, this year, remember, the stats I'm about to read are under this year's parameters where everybody's numbers are a bit higher. I mean, dude, Jaron Hunter had a 3 ERA, a 3.03 ERA. Now, he'd only started 7 games, but he had been great when he had been out there. Kometz was where? 4.71. And so now they're down to 1 starter. I mean, just imagine losing, like we said, 2 of your 3 weekend starters. What would LSU do? I mean, literally, it'd be.
Oh God, I don't want to think about that.
Like, actually, really fucking think about that. I know it's probably exacerbated in LSU's case, but really think about losing Paul Skeens and Ty Floyd and what that does to your team.
Can it be Floyd and somebody else? Does it really have to be Paul? Do I really have to imagine this team without Paul Skeens?
Well,
I don't really want to do that.
I mean, right? If you want to go with the 1 and 2 guys, but this is what I don't understand though. But Hunter only has 7 starts, so
we'd have to look at the game log and see when he broke in there. He must have been hurt at the beginning
of the year, and then maybe another original starter got hurt.
So I mean, but that's that's college baseball these days. I mean, that's a whole other conversation. It is the worst part of the game. It is unfortunately a part of the game, but it is the worst part of the game.
Yeah, it's the worst part of every game.
It's
like legit. It's the worst part of sports. Getting hurt fucking sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, it just especially in college. I mean. We see it so much in college. The thing is, it happens in minor leagues, too. I mean, these kids sign out of high school. They blow out in the minor leagues. We just don't see it because we don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens everywhere.
So now they're left with Trent Sellers.
Who's not bad, by the way. He's not bad. He's better than the numbers. He is better than the numbers.
Okay, because I was going to say, because the numbers are not good.
He's better than the numbers.
He's got a 5.13 ERA now. He started all year long. He's got 14 starts. He's 6-5. So he's got the most innings pitched on the entire team. I guess he could almost.
I believe he was their opening day starter. I don't know if he stayed in that role, but I believe he was their opening day guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, either way, I guess you could almost consider him the one, even if he wasn't their best guy. Maybe not. He's the most experienced. That's what I would say.
Fair. No, for sure. And better than the numbers indicate. More strikeouts than innings pitched. I mean, he's not bad, but you're not going to see him. Okay, so that's the thing.
Yeah, they're going to have to use him against Sam Houston
because if they don't, they will lose to Sam Houston State. Like I'm telling you, they will. Like Sam Houston State's not bad. I did a deep dive on them this morning for the podcast. They actually.
Etheridge says he thinks Sam Houston could might be the actual threat here, not Oregon State.
Well, they're going to have to find some depth on their pitching staff.
I don't know anything about Sam.
Yeah,
Houston.
I mean, look. The guys at D1, they do a great job, and Mark has been as close to the SEC as anybody all year. But they got to find depth on the pitching staff. T-Bob, you want to know my favorite stat of the regional?
Yes, I do.
You know who the leading hitter in the entire regional is?
So, I mean, what? It's not Dylan Cruz?
It is not Dylan Cruz.
Who? What?
It is the first baseman from Sam Houston State, Tyler Davis. He's hitting .432 on the year.
Oh my God!
And then
Tyler Davis.
Redfield is hitting .408. They have 2 guys over 400 in their lineup.
Damn. And they're not. What are they in now? The WAC?
They're in the WAC.
Okay.
They're in the WAC. I mean, you got to remember though. I mean, LSU played them earlier this year and skunked them 16-4. But
I don't remember that.
Garrett, it was in the Carbot Classic in Round Rock.
Josh, what's up, bro?
What's up, Josh? Hey, Josh is here.
What's up?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, talking about baseball.
Scone's at the beach.
He's on vacation. He's at 30A. Louisiana heaven, All right, bro.
So yeah, that's my favorite stat of the weekend is that because of course everybody would just assume going in it's Dylan Cruz. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's a favorite to win the Golden Spikes. He was flirting with 500 at one point this year.
How you feel about Cruz right now?
He's fine. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. I mean that is
Okay.
the most overblown thing ever.
I know.
It is just, but it's Paul Skeens, right? He's created this unmeetable standard that we just all expect at this point because over halfway through the season he was hitting like .495, which is stupid.
Well, it's weird though because I feel
that's fucking absurd.
No,
that doesn't happen.
I know, and does he still have the on-base streak going? Has it gotten stopped yet? It hasn't gotten stopped, right?
No, it's 61 games, I think.
So, let's be clear that we are judging Dylan Cruz through a lens of can this man be God? But
it's very true.
But there is validity to the idea that he was God earlier.
Yeah, I mean,
and that you want to ideally be playing your best baseball when you are entering those important parts of the season, which is impossible. Like, you can't just line up. It's not just some magic button that you can press. Now, some athletes seem to have some ability. You look at Jimmy Butler in the NBA right now, the way the guy turns it on for the playoffs. And also, that's a bit of veteran juice where, like, he kind of knows maybe how to manage himself during the season. And he's obviously got some otherworldly. But Dylan Cruz is otherworldly kind of mental aptitude as well. So I'm not saying it's right or logical or fair to hold Dylan Cruz to the standard that he set for himself with his play early on. But, if he could somehow refine that God form that he had at the peak this season, well then, that makes LSU a significantly stronger team. Think about how many of the results recently, literally an L turns into a W if Cruiser Whites comes up with it in the moment. What, it's 2 games?
It's at least game 2 at Auburn.
Yeah.
Game 2 at Auburn is the one that really sticks out to me the most.
Now, I recognize everything I'm saying is fraught with flawed logic, right? Because in the same way Cruz has come through and won you so many games and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So again, I'm kind of speaking from the heart here. I'm not arguing that anything is fair or logical to Cruz. It's just that even though he's still on the 8-game hitting streak, still get the base, he's still been great by anybody else's standards. I think he would tell you that he would even want to refine that just unstop. Like now,
who wouldn't though?
No, I know. Everybody would.
Thing.
Yeah, but not everybody else has ever shown they could. There were times this year where he stepped into the box and he felt truly invulnerable.
Yeah.
Like the pitcher, you could see the pitcher's pants darken as they piss down their leg.
Yeah.
Now the pitchers feel like they at least have a puncher's chance. They may get banged up, but a lot of guys think they can maybe get him. And look, and I think these umps are fucked. I think Dylan Cruz is a better eye than the umps a lot of times.
Well,
but
don't get me started on the strike zone that was in the Southeastern Conference this year because it was an abomination of the game of baseball. But and that has a lot of reason to do why everyone's ERA except for like 3 teams is over 5 in the league. Like it was just.
So you think
it was
stupid?
Tightened
strike zone?
It was absolutely tightened. And look, so you done got me started now. They were grading umpires in an effort to make it better. And in certain cases, to me, it honestly felt like it made it fucking worse.
Yeah, that's what Hunt was talking about with the MLB. That he
made it worse.
Makes it worse.
It makes it worse. But here's the thing. No. K-zone would make it fine. The problem is having K-zone and grading against it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So just do K-zone.
No, fuck
yes.
that, dude.
Why not? It's so dumb.
Because you need a little human flair.
Let the human
panache.
flair be at first base. They screw up plenty there, too. They screw up everywhere.
That,
don't screw at the strike zone because you do that and you end up with this. Is what you end up with.
Nah, man.
Yes, where you look at the best league in the country with the best talent, and it's just Ole Miss beating Missouri 20-14. I don't want to watch that. That's the whole reason you changed the bats after 98, because the championship game ended 21-14. That's not baseball. You found a happy medium. They've juiced the ball, which, okay, fine. You want more homers. I'm cool with that. Leave the damn strike zone alone, or just use K-zone. Don't try to grade humans against a computer.
Don't grade them.
You're going to
I would land on don't grade them
every time. And I feel honestly like you've made it worse, and it's a disservice also to the guys who aren't going to play Major League Baseball that are on these teams. This is still college baseball, right?
So they should have human umps.
Okay, but my point is, it's still college baseball. There are pitchers on this LSU staff that are not going to go play Major League Baseball.
Yeah, you don't want him held to a Major League strike.
Exactly, because it's not Major League Baseball.
That's what I'm saying. So
but if you want to do K-zone, do K-zone. Just use a college strike zone in K-zone. That's my point. Like, you can do that and not miss a call. So why would you?
But interestingly, then you are still punishing college players, though.
Not if you use a college strike zone.
If you know,
a ball off the plate or not.
Oh, so you're saying
ultra K-zone because T-Bob, because the strike zone was different in college. It was different in college.
See, so as someone who doesn't have the history of college baseball that you have, right? I've come to this passion late in life. That's something I never really would have considered. It sounds very funny outside looking in. Like, of course it does, but I see how it makes sense to you because you've watched so much college baseball that, yeah, you can recognize the strike zone. But to the average person, like, the strike zone should be the strike zone.
It should be, but the thing is, the strike zone isn't the strike zone because the strike zone was always the letters to the knees. Now it's the belt to the knees. Like, the strike zone is just shrunk in general.
No.
Like that's the thing. Like
let's just do human umps like we've been doing forever, dude, and don't grade them.
See, I told you not to get me started on the strike zone thing. It pissed me off to no end, and I'm so glad they're done with SEC play. So now they get into the NCAA tournament, and maybe it's back a little bit to the college strike zone. I'm not saying give everybody a ball, and have off the plate. That is a little ridiculous.
Is an SEC only thing?
Yeah. Oh. Because the SEC was grading those umpires, but you end up in midweek games, and you have SEC crews calling those midweek games.
So that's an interesting thing where, like, the path to hell is paved with good intentions, right?
Yeah.
You are trying to create more accuracy within your game, but like anything else in life, there can be unforeseen ripple effects, right? That's what I always think about. You throw a rock in the pond, right? And yeah, you know what's going to happen where the rock hits. It's going to splash, right? But like, what's going to happen when those ripples hit the edge of the lake? Like you just don't actually know what unforeseen side effects wait on the other side of any decision, and certainly that one's had some.
It just feels like it's brought even more inconsistency behind the plate, and that's my problem.
Are you at all worried about Tulane being hot?
I don't know. I mean,
they beat a good East Carolina team.
They did. But again, it's an East Carolina team that didn't need to win that tournament. I mean, East Carolina, if they wanted to host, they needed to win the tournament. So I guess they did have something on the line. Let me not say that. I will tell you this: Tulane's that was their best stretch of baseball all year. Before that, their longest winning streak was 3 games. They won 4 out of 5 there. That was their best stretch. But they still didn't string 3 wins together. Look,
but the Tulane coach, Jay, what's his name?
Is it Jewett? Travis Jewett?
No, it's not Jewett anymore.
It's not Jewett anymore.
No,
Who
it's
is
a first-year guy.
Yeah, I know it's a first-year guy. I couldn't remember.
Well, we can find his name in a second. But
to answer your question,
the point is, he said that the whole time when it was looking to get a little hairy against East Carolina, he kept saying to himself, "We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game." And they won, and then he talked about how, oh my God, guys,
you all right? I was about to say you. Geez, T.
I swallowed.
Yeah,
I swallowed a bow tie.
Wrong.
But
sounds like it. Goodness gracious,
I'm going to win this game. They win the game, and then he talked about how he believes in the power of belief. So, what if he decides he's going to win this weekend? What do you do?
I mean, you beat him.
He just said.
I don't care what he said.
He believes in the power of belief.
He can believe in it. You know what?
He believed they were going to beat East Carolina. Look what happened.
I believed in belief that the 2013 LSU baseball team is going to win a national title. They went 2-2 in Omaha. It doesn't matter.
You weren't believing hard enough. That's
the hell I wasn't. Dude. I watched them win 57 games up to that point. But look, he can believe all he wants. Tulane does not.
I mean, he maybe should have believed more to the regular season. But
Exactly. Where was the belief when you were 19?
I don't know,
winning
but
19?
he found it.
Look.
Oh my God! The only way to solve this is another bite of pasta.
I don't think that's the only way.
I've got to push down the bad pasta.
I don't want to just completely dismiss Tulane because they do have talent on their team. It's still Tulane. Are they the Tulane they were in the early mid 2000s? No, but they're
the one that set a school record for losses in Team ERA.
They still have talent on the team. The fact of the matter is, you've seen this matchup before, and LSU won by 6 runs. And they did that in the midweek when they weren't. When they weren't. I don't know. I wanted to stand, Josh. Why is it making you uncomfortable? Leave me alone.
Way, dude. Mooch Tillich, get out of here.
I am comfortable.
He's running hot, dude. We got regional this weekend,
I am
dude.
comfortable. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up. And that was in the midweek when you weren't even really going for your best.
Oh my God!
They're never gonna bring you this dish again because you're gonna fucking choke and die.
No, it's so good though.
Right in the middle of the show.
Well, because I keep eating it, so you know it's good. But yeah, so you beat it with your midweek night. I get it.
So that's my thing. And look, here's the thing.
Midweek for both parts.
It was, but here's my other thing about that game. I remember it very, very well. LSU won at 11-5. It would have been a hell of a lot. LSU would have shut them out had Simon Baumgart not played for Tulane. The kid reached base 5 times. He had 4 hits. He drove in 4 of their 5 runs that night. And I think he scored the 5th run. He was the damn team. Keep Simon Baumgart off of base.
Bomb night.
And go beat the hell out of them. Like that. I'm sorry, that's what I've got for you there. Sure, they can be hot. You know what? They also might have spent every bit of energy they had to win that tournament, get in, and now they've been sitting idle thinking about playing one of the best teams in the country all week long. Later, Josh. And maybe they go out and lay an egg. I find it hard to believe. I don't care. I find it hard to believe, T-Bob, that a team that won 3 games in a row is their longest streak all year. Is going to continue what they did in that tournament.
You watch Ted Lasso?
No. But anyway.
Actually, you haven't seen the new season.
But anyway, the point is, even if, God forbid, LSU loses Friday, you're not going to see Tulane again. Like, you're not. You might see somebody worse. Yeah. But they're not. Tulane does not have the capacity to win this regional. I don't believe that. I don't. I'm not. Maybe it's baseball. Crazy things happen. I don't believe they do that.
Guys, relax. I'm very hungry. Okay, let's be painfully clear about this today. I haven't really had a solid meal all day. I had a sandwich for lunch. Working out again post vasectomy, feeling good, but I needed some cows. And somebody puts a delicious pasta in front of me, a chicken and Alfredo pasta, or what is
pasta Acadiana?
Pasta Acadiana.
Acadiana pasta?
Some sort of white sauce, a little spicy. I don't know. It's fucking
looks delicious.
It is. Look, we got you silverware, dude.
I know. Well, I just saw you choke on bow tie pasta for half the show. I don't really want to do that right now.
Dude. Maybe a little like piece of something just went down a little wrong. What are you gonna do, dude? It happens when you're shoveling mouthfuls of pasta, but I feel energized. I feel incredible.
What's the carbs, bro?
This is the Elijah Craig toasted. Let me see.
How did I was about to say, how did I end up with 2?
You haven't finished your original one yet.
No, I did. I just finished the original.
Okay, well, that's the original one. Now, this is the toasted.
Well, I mean, I also have a beer here. I'm not trying to get completely fucking wasted.
It's got a nice nose feel.
You're doing your best scone right here, trying to just show off what you know about whiskey.
The Montana hug that is currently traveling down my sternum. I'm getting sense of like leather chaps and
stings the nostrils.
No. Hold on. Let me.
Pinky out.
Okay, no, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Definitely. So, like the initial rush, you get this almost like buttery leather chap sort of feel, and then it finishes with this like almost like painfully pleasurable strap-on sort of feel. And I mean, by the time you finish, I think you actually want more. That's fantastic. I like that. I like these. This was a toasted. I think I like the toasted.
Yes,
better
the
than
Elijah
regular
Craig
dip.
toasted.
Yeah, it was delicious, man. Absolutely delicious.
Stay tuned for my review later on.
Yes, of course the chaps are assless.
Are there actually any kind of other chaps other than assless chaps?
No. I mean,
I've literally never seen chaps that aren't assless or fucking pants.
Well, I have never fucking thought about that.
Like that, dude. That's what they are.
No, you're right, because chaps go over pants.
Right. So why do we specify assless chaps? They're all assless.
Maybe because, and I'm not saying this is right, but maybe this is how it evolved, is because it's more unwieldy to say I'm wearing pants, or it's more unwieldy to say I'm wearing chaps without pants.
Maybe.
Where if I just say assless chaps, you know what I'm talking about.
That's fair.
But if I got to be like, oh, I'm wearing chaps without pants tonight, you're like, huh? What? That was a lot. You kind of just threw all those words in. This was pretty delicious, dude. It's pretty tasty. So
that's
what
barrel. That's barrel. Yeah.
Even more delicious, the barrel proof. Okay. So look,
the
if you want
toasted
to
is delicious.
I know. If you want to get these break-even bottles Wednesday, there's going to tee these are break-evens. You get them wholesale price. How much would this normally be? And how much is it going to be tonight? So this would normally be $20 a pour. You can get it for $8 right now. Okay, Juice Heads. And never forget.
Juice Heads.
Never forget. This Friday during the baseball games, rock paper tacos, $5 margaritas. How about that? $5 margs this Friday for the games. You get tacos, watch the games. They got a great setup. If you haven't been, it's right next door. It's right here up at Perkins. You can't miss the sign. Beautiful sign right there on Perkins, but right next door to Oliver Twist here. Joe D says, I'm afraid to agree with Moose. On the chaps. I mean, that's a fucking good point, dude.
What the hell's wrong with you, JD? I make good points sometimes, bro. You're afraid to say you agree with me. Get out of here, guy.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. Fuck all you people telling me my hands are small all the time. Little bitches.
What, T-Bob, what do you hate more? The hands are small or the small feet? Which one?
Small feet.
That one pisses you off more?
I don't feel that I have small feet. I feel like I've got a wide foot and an averagely length foot.
Jesus, dude. How are you still?
Oh, no, dude. That pasta did not go down well, dude. I mean, no.
Clearly.
Time out. It's fucking awesome. And I am going to. You think I'm inhaling this now? Wait until the second I get done talking to you degenerates. I am going to smash this pasta in maybe 30 seconds. So it's only going to get wilder from here. Like, I almost need to film it how quickly I'm going to eat this.
I've seen it happen before.
But yeah, I did swallow something wrong. And then I'm just washing it down with delicious whiskey. All right, let's see what we got here. Other stuff in the regional. Oh, this is something else I didn't want to talk about. Is that this LSU, and shout out to Will Rosenblatt, who writes for Tigers Wire, one of the USA Today LSU sites.
Good baseball name.
Great baseball name, right?
Rosenblatt.
Too, dude.
Yeah. Good baseball name.
But he had a little catch-up article, and I apologize if anybody else has written other ones like this, and if you know of any, I'd love to read them, because this was kind of an overpass, but I always like getting deeper stories. But, you know, it's kind of funny, man. Over the last decade, LSU and Oregon State have often danced in June. It's weird. These are two schools that should not ever really play each other. And yet you've got 2012, 2017, 2018, and now within one decade of each other, essentially, you are meeting up 4 times in the postseason. And it stands 4-3 right now. It's pretty wild. Like, it's one of the, it's a scene in the movie, be like, we got to stop meeting this way. Fuck you, Beavers. And so, Moose, I want to pick your brain on this, because I know that, like, this is all I was watching, but not to the extent that I was now. So, take me back to the 2012 Baton Rouge Regional, because it's the same situation, right? Oregon State comes to Baton Rouge as the 2 seed. What do you remember about that series?
So it's funny you actually bring that up. I thought it was 2013, and I mentioned that yesterday, and then I realized this morning that it wasn't, so I had to correct myself. Well, Kevin Gausman was great in the marble game. I believe he threw 7 or more innings in that ball game. He was great. And the second game, the championship game, was closer.
Yes.
Did that go to extra innings?
Yes.
Okay.
LSU tied it in the ninth.
Yeah, and won it in the 10th.
And then was it, I read the name earlier, I believe Goody
Nick Goody.
Nick Goody.
Actually,
no,
yes.
Nick Goody got the strikeout. Maybe no.
Did it? But I mean, Goody would have been on that team for sure. But yeah, no,
find an article.
You know what I remember the most about that actually was there was this very polite Oregon State fan that sat in front of me for the entire weekend.
No, in front of you?
Yeah, well, see, he was very polite. Really nice guy, actually. The problem
he
is
must have been like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah, the problem is he had at that point like. No, at that point he had 18-year-old Matt Musso just yelling in his ear.
The most aggressive form of Musso.
Yes, like just going really hard, cheering the Tigers to victory. But, I mean, he was a really nice guy. I remember that. But, I mean, look, I could go on and on about the 2012 team, too.
Nick Goody, so they tied in the ninth, go to extras, and then Nick Goody strikes out the side to win it 6-5.
So it was competitive. I remember, this is really what I remember about that too, is I remember that kind of being like the time I noticed Oregon State again.
Because Pat Casey had him back?
Yeah, I mean, look, I remember watching them beat North Carolina in the finals in 06 and 07 and being like, holy hell, where did Oregon State come out? Like, they came out of nowhere. One of those years, I can't remember which one it was, they were one of the last teams into the field, and they won the World Series. And you didn't really hear from them again. And obviously it's, they're out on the West Coast and whatnot, and college baseball is so central to the Southeast, which is actually one reason I think they meet as often as they do.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, yeah, man, Oregon State, 2 natties. Like, that's a club. That's a club. And that was really the first time, again, I really felt them on the radar. And, I mean, from then on out, they were really, really good
well, then
for the rest of the way.
5 years later in 17, you run into the
what
Megatron,
you thought was a buzzsaw,
Megatron Oregon State, the team that statistically was as overpowering on any team that you'd ever seen on paper. Now, they lost their pitcher right before.
Yeah, because he was a pedophile.
Yeah. Weird story.
I mean, it's not really that weird.
I thought there was some.
Hey, man, look. He forgot to register as a sex offender, so obviously there was a conviction there. Just really. What was that guy's Luke? Heimlich? Was it Luke Heimlich?
I think it was Luke Heimlich. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow, nice pull, dude.
That was.
But anyway, he was.
Yeah, anyway.
He was great.
He was
Unhittable.
He was great.
That team was great. Their offensive and pitching numbers were out of this world, and they beat you 13-1 the first time you squared up.
Did lose Eric Walker in that game.
Oh, that was the game
you did lose Eric Walker in that game.
Yeah.
That happened too. But then, I mean, look, man, you got 2 stellar outings.
Alex Lang and Caleb Gilbert. Never forget it in Game 3.
Speaking of the college strike zone,
dude,
Caleb Gilbert in that game.
On the outside.
They are still pissed about that, by the way, up in Corvallis. And then the tables flipped on you, man. You went up there in 2018, and you were down hella arms that year. You had a lot of pitching injuries that year, LSU did. And it wasn't close. I mean,
14-1, 12-0.
Yeah, I mean, 12-0 was the championship too, wasn't it?
26-1, yeah, because you fought back through Northwestern State, I believe.
Yeah, it was Northwestern State actually, and yeah, I mean, so yeah, that wasn't close, but yeah, that's what I think. I think the reason they meet so much is think about it this year.
Well done. This is delicious. What? No, I did pour it. I poured it in here.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
No, I'm on the toasted still.
Musso's being a little.
I'm sipping a beer and whiskey. Fuck you,
dude. He's being a mussy.
Jesus Christ.
What do you want to do? Whoa, appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. What are you doing?
You talking shit?
What are you, a barbarian?
Talking
that's
shit.
A barbaric pour that Wiggy just gave you.
Talking shit.
I got some Baijiu for you.
Get this man some
drinking
Malort.
that. I'm not drinking any of that.
Get this man some.
Not drinking Malort. I'm not drinking Baijiu. I'm not drinking any of that shit. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, why they probably match up so much. Well, obviously they're both good programs, but think about it this year. The only host on the West Coast is Stanford.
Yeah, I know. Actually,
so, I mean, they have to go somewhere when that doesn't happen. And, I mean, LSU, outside of last year when they went to Hattiesburg, they always get sent out west.
Mitch Canham's pissed about this, though. He thinks that there should have at least been 17. Should have been 7 Pac-12 teams in the tournament. He
That's
thinks that
aggressive.
USC at 17-13 in the Pac-12 got screwed over, and then
SC
Arizona
probably
State at
should have been in.
16-13 should have made it.
Arizona State just they didn't play well down the stretch. That's what screwed them. I mean, they didn't play well down the stretch. I guess neither did SC really, but the counter argument to that is that Arizona got in. I think Arizona went 12-18 in the Pac-12, and they got into the tournament.
What?
Which, yeah, that's a problem. But they're hot. Like they are hot right now, but that is a problem. So, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation.
Maybe they should have had 6 teams. Take Arizona out and put these two in.
That's a conversation that Pete Hughes at Kansas State would love to have with anybody that would listen right now, and he's got a point. But, yeah, the Pac-12's a good league, man. I mean,
I don't understand what that means. What happened
Pete
with
Hughes
Kansas
is pissed that Kansas State got left out, and he actually should be. But because they were a casualty of only RPI. Like, RPI is what kept them out.
Didn't they go like super heavy on RPI this year? Like, that's what I feel like I've seen in the headlines.
They always do.
Okay.
And it's. I mean, there's a reason NCAA basketball went away from it. It's not the best. It's not the best metric. They revamped it, and it's the net ranking now. But I mean, Kansas State. Like,
you can't ignore wins and losses to that extent.
Okay, thank you. So Kansas State got left out in favor of Oklahoma. Oklahoma better RPI. Kansas State beat Oklahoma head-to-head and finished ahead of them in the Big 12. Like, that does not –
That's fucking ridiculous.
that's what I said. He would like to have that conversation with anybody who would listen.
I see.
And so would
That's
plenty.
Frustrating. I'm
would
now
plenty in the Pac-12. Yes.
I literally hadn't even heard of this story 30 seconds ago, and
Sorry.
now I'm angry.
Sorry. At least you're not choking anymore, though. So there's that.
Yeah, dude, I'm not joking.
It's the
because
whiskey,
this
man.
Fucking Elijah Craig barrel pick is or barrel finish. What do you say? No, barrel pick.
Barrel proof.
Yeah, barrel proof.
Barrel
I don't
proof.
fucking
Barrel
know.
proof.
It is amazing, and we move away from the leathery mouthfeel, and we actually almost move into like a spongy sort of shroom on the nose, right? And then it starts to creep into the capillaries, almost like blood oozing through a heart that's got a little plaque buildup, right? So it's not functioning at full capacity. Oh man, absolutely.
But yeah, Pac-12 is a good league, man. From a talent standpoint, probably the number 3 league just from a talent standpoint. A lot of good players out in California and the West Coast.
Almost a gonorrheic burn on the chest
really?
there. Really good.
Care to elaborate on why
enjoyable.
You may know that?
Well, have you not seen the billboards? There's super gonorrhea going around.
I've not seen the billboards now.
We drive to work every day. You haven't seen the billboard?
I haven't. Look, I'm focused on the road, T. I'm a safe driver.
It's the funniest billboard
Not
I've
really.
ever seen. Well, I mean, that's a genius. It's the funniest billboard that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a ship hitting an iceberg. And you see the ship, like, at the top of the water, right? Just the tip of the iceberg. And then you see, like, on the whole billboard, like, how big the iceberg is underneath the water. And it says, warning.
Gonorrhea?
Warning, antibiotic-resistant gonorrhea going around, or something along those lines. There's a super gonorrhea on the loose.
What the
essentially.
fuck?
Yep. A drug-resistant gonorrhea is on the loose, okay? So that's why you got to be careful. Watch out for them icebergs, guys. I'm a happily married man. I don't have that problem. I'm good. So
no, that's a good thing.
Yeah, Moose, maybe you should fucking pay a little attention when you drive.
Maybe I should.
Next thing you know, you're going to be playing the violin with super gonorrhea like you're on the Titanic going down the ship, dude.
Terrible.
That's not good. That'd
Women
be
and children first.
Well, you're welcome, okay? Don't give women and children gonorrhea. That's an awful idea.
No, it's the Titanic.
You literally just said women and children
Because you mentioned the Titanic going
referencing
down
the super gonorrhea.
No,
that's awful,
referencing the Titanic going down in the violins.
T-Bob, can we get some analysis from Therese dance recital last Friday night? It was fantastic. I think Therese puts on a hell of a show. I was actually, second year in a row, I was quite moved at some points. I love seeing my daughter dance. I think it's for someone, and this is going to sound obvious, if you are someone who has had a sister, a daughter, a son, a brother, anybody in dance, right, in your family. It's just like any other athletic escapade where when you watch, you can see who the 5-star running backs are, right? Like, it's all very good.
You're like, this person's going to end up in the Rockettes.
It's all very good, yes, but there are people where you're like, okay, this person is clearly just like my eyes are being drawn here. They're magnetic. And I scan. Just because you're not in the front doesn't mean I'm not looking, okay? I'm like a fucking scout out there. I'm seeing, okay, who's hitting their marks, who's bringing a good attitude, whose smiling, whose moves are crisp but not robotic, right? who's on point, but are still throwing a little emotion and flair into those moves. And I don't want to single anybody out, but I still have like 5 or 6 people that are stuck out in the mind. So it was a fantastic night. Second year in a row, couldn't help but tearing up a little bit. My daughter did as well. She would be like an unrated high school prospect, though. She doesn't even get 2 stars.
Okay. Oh, God.
No. She
just needs more development.
Just a little more development. She doesn't, just a little lack of focus. I think one of the kind of base parameters for getting one of the stars in the T-Bob dancing book is you have to at least do 50%. Of the dance. If you hit 50%,
it's an effort thing.
If you hit 50%, then I'm maybe even giving you 1 star. But no,
see, I was confused. I'm like, linemen, good feet. Like it makes sense that there'd be something there.
I don't think it's a natural athleticism thing. Okay. It's just a focus thing. She just does her own thing. She just sits there and spins and does her own dances and hams it up.
Nothing wrong with that either, though.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Go your own way, man.
Ooh, John Joliffe says Friday NCAA lines are posted. Should we check him out?
Oh, yeah. Otter gave me one today on Otter Locks. Clemson to win the regional plus money. The number 4 national seed, you can get them plus money.
Yeah,
People
there's only
Tennessee
4
has a
favorites.
shot there.
Only out of the national seeds, only 4 teams are favored to win, or minus odds.
That's crazy, actually, to me, honestly. I'd love to know if Arkansas is one of them, actually. Arkansas's got to be at least close to even money. That is a regional of death. Here's my thing with Tennessee, if I could just be afforded a moment.
I would love nothing more than afford you a moment. Here, let me get one out of my pocket. Go.
Oh, thank you. Tennessee sucks away from Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Oh.
They're not good. They've won 5 games all year away from Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
That's it?
That's natural, true road games and neutral site.
What?
Forgive me for believing that they're going to go to Clemson and win that regional. Can they? Absolutely. They're probably they are the most talented team in that regional. But when you've gotten to June and you've won 5 games away from home,
yeah, it's bad.
Something going on there, man. You are what your record says you are, and your record says you suck away from your high school ball field. So I really lean into that and say I don't like Tennessee's chances because of that. Would I be surprised if they won? Probably not, because they're the most talented team. But something's going on with that team away from home this year that I'm just not willing to say, oh yeah, Tennessee's a huge threat to do it.
So I'm not going to lean on anything. Like, I'm not saying like this like it should happen, but
also I love Eric Bakich, the head coach of Clemson. But
life does have a funny way of working out where it would almost seem too fitting if last year's Tennessee team would get bounced in the Supers and then this year's would make Omaha.
Well, I feel the same way about Arkansas this year too. Arkansas has been trying to win the national championship, and honestly this year where they've had so much go wrong, where they've had injury on top of injury on top of injury, and they've just kept winning, this would make sense that it would be a year that they actually get it done when you don't expect them to. And that's the same thing with Tennessee. I would put them in that boat, but I don't know, man. I can't get away from.
I'm not saying it's a rational fear.
I think they're 5-16 away from Lindsey Nelson this year. Mind. It's just absurd. They haven't been good on the road.
I wish I could find the fucking teams who are plus odds to win.
I
had it written down. Yeah,
I'll just open my betting app here.
Open. I don't know which betting apps.
Do y'all have? Do y'all have a betting sponsor on this show? I don't have a betting sponsor.
We do on this show. No.
Okay.
On OTB we have DraftKings.
Oh, perfect. That's on AFR. Yeah, I have DraftKings app right here. All right. I didn't want to step on any toes there.
I agree. I think we were both doing the same thing.
Yeah. Didn't want to step on any toes.
All right. Give me.
Well, that's what I'm. Let's see. College baseball futures.
Oh my God.
You are asking for it. You really are asking for it right now. Let's see. LSU minus 190 to win their regional. Virginia minus $1.10. That's 2. Florida minus $1.75. That is 3.
I think it's Vanderbilt.
Vandy minus 155. Wake Forest minus 280. So it's 5. 5 teams.
I didn't see one of them might have gotten bumped
up.
That's
crazy, man.
In the betting.
What is Wright State? Where's Wright? Wright State got sent where? They have a shot at this thing. I'm going to be so fucking pissed if they got sent to Alabama and I'm just... No, Nichols is the 4 seed there. Where the hell is Wright State? They're actually really good.
Wright State? Why do you care?
They're good. And they're a 4 seed and they might win a regional. They're not bad.
They're rivals with what?
Good program. Okay, they got sent to. Oh man, they're with Indiana State. North Carolina's the favorite in that regional. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bet Iowa right now. plus 240 to win that regional.
Is Wright State, are they rivals with University of Wrong or University of Left?
So this is how Moscona feels, huh? Yeah, right there. That was good though. I can't lie. I am laughing.
This pasta is making me juiced up. It's incredible.
Oh Lord.
Okay, did I have anything else before we get into questions that I want to get to today? Again, rock, paper, tacos for the games on Friday. Spread the word. It's right here off of Perkins. Easy to get to. Great location. Great setup for watching the game. And $5 margaritas during the game.
You can't beat that, man. $5 margs? Jeez.
Also, we don't have it. I don't know that it's solidified yet. But we're trying to put together a whiskey wine for Saturday, potentially.
Well, that'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Though I got to find somebody to produce that video-wise. But that'd be pretty cool.
Come on, dude.
No.
What?
I'm going to be at the box.
What? Why?
Yeah, because I'm going to watch Paul Skeen. Paul Skeen shoved up someone's ass for hopefully 7 or 8 innings, and that's where I'm going to indulge in some adult beverages.
It says a Skeen's finish.
A Skeen's finish.
It feels like it's being shoved up my ass.
Yeah. Okay.
After you get done with the Montana hug.
With the Montana hug. Okay. That's
God, that's good.
Is there a double meaning to Montana hug?
Jake Morgan says, bruh, I swear after smoking with Moose, so I know I'd be tearing up pasta like that. I know it. He got me super high, dude. I don't know.
Go away,
no.
A2 T-Bob.
No,
A2 T-Bob.
I did.
Damn.
I did. I'm saying Montana hug simply because I know it's Kentucky hug, and I'm just trying to fuck with all the
a Montana hug totally sounds like a secret, like, sexual type thing.
Sounds like a Cleveland steamer.
Yeah,
or
like Dirty Sanchez or whatever. Yeah, a Montana hug. Doesn't it? God.
Yeah, that's just when 2 big hairy gay men just hug each other after finishing on each other's chest. It's a Montana hug, dude. Go Grizz.
Go Grizz. Yes, indeed. Go Grizz.
What do we got here? Okay, let's get to some questions to wrap this thing up. Let's see what we got. God, by the way, the Elijah Craig pours tonight.
Delicious. All 3 of them. Very good.
Fucking
Wiggins
fantastic.
poured like half the damn bottle in here,
did.
but you know.
Yeah, be careful of super gonorrhea. Let me find the questions. What is a milestone reward for viewers when y'all hit 20K subs? Ooh, I don't know. We should do something.
Like for the ESPN page?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool if we could get there.
Nudes.
We can't be far.
Nudes. Actually, we'll do a full nude calendar shoot between all the ESPN staff.
No, we won't.
We won't go full frontal, but it'll be like tasteful nudes.
Like the fireman nude calendars that they do or whatever,
it'll be
where it's like the hose is blocking the hose.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
it'll be ESPN the body.
ESPN the body
but
issue.
with 104.5 ESPN.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that actually, but
I don't know, Moose. I've seen you on the dance floor before. I've seen your game. It's way better than people would guess.
Well, thank you, T-Bob. I appreciate the compliment.
Ask Musso and T, when can I get my breakdown of LSU track at Nationals in Austin coming up? Go ahead, type it out, Bilbo. Let's see it.
I was about to say, that was Bilbo who sent that.
Ask Scone and T, what does the lineup look like? Morgan stay at first. Who plays outfield? Cruz and White Bass third and fourth in the lineup?
I have thoughts on this.
Yeah,
so, actually, I do think Morgan goes to first. And if you've listened to Musso at the Box at all this year, you know I'm a very big supporter of Morgan in left field. But I think Morgan does go to first solely because I think you see Josh Pearson back in the lineup. I think they really trust Josh Pearson a lot. You look at the big moments this year, or like, I don't know if I really want to say like milestone moments, but moments where competition was like, okay, there's a step up.
Yeah.
He always put Josh Pearson in the lineup. Josh Pearson struggled through the pre-conference. Who was in the lineup Friday night to open conference play at A&M? Josh Pearson was in the lineup. When you needed the big moment against Georgia, who did he go to? Josh Pearson was in the lineup.
He made him the leadoff guy as a freshman last year.
He trusts Josh Pearson an awful lot. They've got big games coming up here. I think you see Pearson in the lineup. So I think you the interesting part with that is it probably, at least on games where Skeens isn't pitching, Travinsky will catch, Morgan will play first, Beloso will DH, Jones will go to the bench and be a power bat for you pinch hit wise. And I think they do Pearson, Cruz, Joe Bear in the outfield.
That's what
I think they got.
What you know about John Pearson? Big Bad John? Have you seen him, Josh's little brother
yes,
from
I
Western
have.
Road?
Little brother is a very
it's
cute, very
big 18-year-old.
That's big boy. That's a big boy. Yeah, I'm upset that there's no more Pearsons, actually.
Yeah,
we only got two. Oh, God, I said we. LSU only got 2 of the 3.
Wait, wait, no, hold on. We'll revisit Pearson. Why the fuck are you worried about saying we?
I don't play for
You're
the team.
the ultimate we. What are you
No,
talking about?
I'm not the ultimate we. I hardly ever. I do my very best not to say we.
Bro, you have been with this team way longer than fucking Dylan Cruz
It
has.
doesn't matter. I'm not actually a part of the team. I don't play
bullshit,
games.
Dude. That's
no, I don't
bullshit.
play games.
That is
I don't play
some Moscona, I don't wear another man's jersey bullshit. Okay? No,
You know,
man.
I only wear novelty jerseys. I actually don't do the jersey thing unless it's like
Shut the fuck
like,
up. You're not helping the point that I'm trying to make.
why? It's hilarious. Like to wear a Jackie Moon jersey?
No,
That's
Jackie
awesome.
Moon's great, but like
Exactly.
But like, why not wear like a fucking?
I don't know. I just don't do jerseys, man.
Like,
I
like
did
a
when I was
Paul
younger.
Skeens jersey.
I did when I was younger. I just don't do jerseys anymore.
Unbelievable. The point is,
but
dude,
anyway,
you can fucking shut the fuck
No,
up.
I
You can
can't.
say we. Yes, you can.
I can't say we.
Moose, this team means so fucking much to you. It's one of the
They
core
do.
passions in your life. And
They
you're gonna
do.
deny yourself
But
we.
yeah, I am. Because you have
Moose,
to
those guys will move on to
maintain
the MLB and
a
they'll
modicum of professionalism.
It's not
D.
about being professional.
Yep.
It's not about being. We are
Big
entertainers.
Big
We're
J
not
journalism.
journalists.
Big J
We're
journalism
not
over
journalists.
here.
We're entertainers.
That's
Okay.
fair.
We're
But
entertainers.
look, I don't know. I do my
say
best.
we.
No, you're not.
If
supposed
anybody
to.
has earned
I was
we,
taught. I was taught differently. You cannot.
I feel you. You actually went to school for this shit,
cannot,
which does make sense.
Yeah,
I did
cannot
not
do that.
I did not, but
I
whatever.
don't even remember what we were talking about before I said that.
Pearson.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm bummed that LSU
got
only
two
got,
of them, but
got
now we
2 of
get
the
a
3. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
Jacob Pearson went pro out of high school.
That's right.
That kind of stunk. But Josh, I mean, dude, John's gonna be really good. John's gonna be good.
Have you ever heard the Jimmy Dean song, Big Bad John? If it's not
No.
his walk-up music, somebody's fucked up. Literally, the guy that made Jimmy Dean
sausage?
sausage back in the day was a famous country singer back in, like, I don't know, it was like the 40s or something.
I used to love their
He has a song,
commercials
Big Bad John.
where it was just like this freaking manly lumberjack fucking looking dude chilling in the forest with a bunch of animals,
Hell yeah, dude.
eating his breakfast.
That's
That was-
fucking
that was so
Big
good.
Bad John, dude.
That was so good. I liked those a lot. But yeah, I think
fucking love
Pearson's
Jimmy
gonna be
Dean
in there.
biscuits, dude. I used to pretend like they were
Underrated.
Krabby Patties. I used to get the tiny little just sausage and biscuits, and when I was a little fat kid, I'd heat a bunch up, and I put little squares of Kraft Singles on them, and then I would pretend like I was SpongeBob, and they were Krabby Patties, and I would just eat them up while watching SpongeBob.
Krabby Patties are delicious.
Yeah, they are. What is this? New bartender, yes. But like, what's the drink?
So he made you a mezcal cocktail.
Oh, this is a mess cocktail.
What the hell is
Made you
this?
some super fruit.
Oh, a little super moussey.
Wow. All right. Okay, Wiggins. No. Okay, yeah. No, we're gonna mark that
Now
down.
you gotta do forgetting Sarah Marshall. Look at me, I'm Samantha.
What a great movie. Holy
Top 5
shit.
comedy of all time.
It is elite. That movie. T-Bob, that is one of the movies that if I see it on TV at any point, I have to
Yeah.
stop and watch at least a little bit of it. Most of the time, I will watch the rest of it.
I think we're going,
The Dracula song is just absolutely fantastic. But
which is a real thing that Jay Siegel wanted to do in
Yeah,
real life, right?
I
Was
didn't-
write
I mean,
that.
dude,
Was write that.
so good.
That play.
I also feel like, that's the first movie where everybody actually noticed Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Like, that's fair.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall and
Kristen
this
Bell, Mila Kunis, beautiful cast in
Yeah.
that regard.
great setting, everything about it. It's
yeah.
a top 5 comedy.
It's great. It's great.
What
That
about?
movie's fantastic.
Have you seen This Is the End? Because that is also a top 5 comedy all time.
I think I've only seen it one time, so I can't really
It's
tell you.
where they're all playing
Well-
satirized versions of their real life self. And Jay Baruchel, the main actor from She's Out of His League. Do you remember him? So he's in that crew, right? And so in This Is the End, Jay Baruchel is going to visit Seth Rogen in L.A. and Seth Rogen's gone like super Hollywood, right? And they're going to a party at like James Franco's house. And then when they're at the party,
of course, it's Seth Rogen.
When they're at the party, the apocalypse starts, and it is
Oh,
fucking.
Jesus. Actually, I don't know if I've seen
and
that.
It's the whole crew.
Well, wait,
It's
no. That's
fucking
the movie. Is that the
incredible.
movie where they kicked the dude in the hole?
Yeah,
Okay, I've seen.
absolutely.
No, yeah, I've seen that.
That
I've
is one of
seen
the
that.
funniest
I've-
movies
It
I've
is
ever
good.
seen
It
in
is
my
good.
life.
I would. I would say Pineapple Express, top 5 comedy of all
Also
time.
great. Oh, I don't know if I'm doing that, but
I love
but
that
also
movie.
Great.
I love that movie so much.
I did rewatch this scene
Cue
the
all,
other day.
cue all the fucking weed jokes off that, by the way. But yeah, I love that
that's
movie.
a bit ironic.
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
that movie's hilarious. That
well,
movie
okay,
is
so
hilarious.
in This Is the End-
elite cast in Pineapple Express.
In This Is the End, they do a fake Pineapple Express 2 after the apocalypse breaks
God.
out. So there's like a 10-minute or 5-minute Pineapple Express 2 that was their actual pitch for what the second movie would have
You didn't
would have
need a
been.
second Pineapple Express, though.
Yeah, but but it's fun that you got like
A little
a
sneak
pseudo
peek,
one.
yeah. But you didn't need one.
No, hell no.
That movie's fantastic.
One of the funniest lines ever is when they roll up on Reds. Hey, what you doing, man? He's like, in here trying to earn a motherfucking scholarship. he's bouncing the medicine ball. Oh,
Dude,
my God. Dude.
fucking Danny McBride in Pineapple Express. Just
Okay, watch Danny McBride.
It
Yes,
ruins
no.
me every time.
Well,
he's so good.
Between that and Kenny Powers, he
Kenny
took over a
Powers,
lot
yes.
of my brain.
Yes.
I also watched
Eastbound
20
and Down was fantastic.
I watched a 22-minute montage of best Kenny Powers moments, and my God,
22 minutes.
that shit is so fucking funny.
I can't really. I mean, I watched a 30-minute video on YouTube last night of Mark Norman just doing crowd work, but yeah.
It didn't even have. Is Mark Norman a wrestler?
No, he's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
He's hilarious. He's from New Orleans originally, actually.
The crazy thing is, it didn't even have my favorite Kenny Powers line of all time, which is he's listening to his own motivational tapes, and the tape says, "I am the man because I can throw the ball faster than fuck," which is like honestly how a lot of quarterbacks and pitchers and everybody sum up their lives. Like that is Paul Skeens. I'm the man because I can throw the ball faster than fuck.
Yeah.
Just straight up. Dude.
102, right down the middle.
As Musso, let's see. Okay, we had a bunch of As Musso run. Boxers,
God.
briefs, or commando?
Boxers.
What the?
What?
Not even boxer briefs. Like actual,
I don't know. They might be.
like loose boxers, like American Eagle, like loose
Oh
boxers.
no! They're not loose.
Okay, they
No,
are.
so
You're
they're-
getting support. Boxer
so they're
briefs.
boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
I don't
okay,
know
okay.
the difference.
Okay, that's fine. Boxer briefs, like I have boxer briefs on, like they go down to about right here.
Yeah.
Right, and they're tight.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Mine are kind of like compression shorts, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, not compression shorts.
Bro, you
but
got to get them Lulu undies, bro. Treat yourself.
that
Buy one a month.
sounds expensive as
I know,
fuck.
but you buy one a month.
One pair of underwear?
A month, and then you have like 6 pair in 6 months, and your balls are floating.
Well, that is math. I can't really argue with that.
That is math, exactly.
Yeah, that is math.
Musso, would you wear a Kenny Powers jersey?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like seems like right
Absolutely.
in the.
I have a Crash Davis jersey that I love. Thinking about getting a Rick Vaughn jersey. Need it. Need to add to the collection.
What is your favorite genre of erotic films? POV? I don't know.
POV's good. Yeah, POV.
Ask Moose. Did y'all smoke out of glass or a wrap?
Pog. What?
What? Woogity. Let's fucking go. Dude.
What was the other
I
question?
agree.
Yeah.
That is actually the best genre.
that is.
Ask Musso and T. If y'all have whiskey and wine, I'll drop off guava and cream cheese pastelitos. Ooh, that'd be delicious.
Well, somebody
That is
bring me
not a
some of that
question.
at the box because I will not be at whiskey.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, let's see. What else we got? Let's do one more here. What happened to Leroy? Who's Leroy? Somebody says Musso. What happened
Man,
to
I
Leroy?
saw Lee a couple times this year, actually. He's doing all right. He's still around. That's a so that goes back to the old box, T-Bob. Leroy was just a guy. He sat above us and just was a character. I mean, an absolute character.
Oh, so it's just one of those awesome stadium.
Yeah, man, just one of those
relationships
awesome
where he's just getting a
stadium
little older.
guys. Yeah, well, and when I was really young, I would go up there and sit with him, and,
that's
and he
nice,
would
man. That's the fucking good shit
I would
about college sports right there.
I would harass the umpires and everybody with him and cheer for LSU, alongside him to where everybody, and you'll respect this, started calling me T-Roy. Right? And so there you go. So yeah, that's the story there.
Leroy, T-Roy.
Yeah, that's the story there.
I'm a yard at me.
But no, he's been to a couple games this year. I saw him a couple times this year. He's doing all
He
right.
has a strikeout me. That's good, man. That makes me very happy. So how long have you known Leroy? How old were you when you were called
God.
Leroy?
Dude, probably.
Is Leroy going to be there this weekend?
Probably 7 or 8.
Oh my God!
I mean, a
that's
long
amazing.
time. Yeah, a long time.
Oh, that's
Jacques,
amazing.
that's that video that Jacques has of me at the old box. Is from those days.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but I mean, man, I guess he ended up giving up his ticket, so he only comes sparingly. But yeah, we saw him a couple times this year.
Is he going to be there this weekend, do you think?
I don't know. I don't
hope
know.
so.
He might.
Final one. Who's your favorite to win the NBA championship?
No, dude, Nuggets in 5. Jeez, come on. Nuggets in 5.
I'm not going to pretend like I have a fucking. I wouldn't gamble it because I don't know. But I would say, given what Miami's already accomplished, I would just play a small bet on Miami, hoping to get a little payday. Like, I'm not going to go all in on it, but there's enough value there where I'd just play Miami.
If the Heat steal a game in Denver, I think it goes 6, but I still like the Nuggets. Dude, don't nobody have an answer for Jokic, and Jamal Murray's been awesome this year too. The real question is, do you think the two teams brawl again like they did in the regular season?
I didn't even know they brawled in the regular season.
You didn't see that?
No.
Jokic just like shoulder blocked somebody.
Hell
It
yeah.
was awesome. He was provoked.
bad fucking
but,
man,
I mean, dude, he's awesome.
But then how about this? So Gabe Vincent, Martin, fucking Duncan Robinson, do you know where they came from? They all came from the Heat's farm team that is in Sioux Falls, Dakota.
Yeah.
Think about going from South Dakota to South Beach.
South
It's
Beach.
actually a genius. So they have like
Holy
a John
culture
Curtis.
shock.
They have like a John Curtis type setup where, they instill the Heat principles. They're on the G League team. Like, it's very unified, it's very aligned, as Brian Kelly would say. But think about the beauty of if you prove yourself.
Yeah.
In the purgatory of South Dakota, you get to the pearly gates of South Beach. And while you may be saying, well, T-Ball has dressed people for disaster, right? It's going to be like a preacher's wife.
That's actually what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
But what you're ignoring is what it actually takes to make it out of Sioux Falls.
I
You
guess
don't
that's
make
very
it out
true.
of Sioux
No,
Falls by
that's true.
accident.
Yep, that's true.
So if you make it out of
You're
there
good.
and they
Yeah.
believe in you,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of Sioux
And
Falls.
they trust you.
You know that person can handle South Beach. It's fucking crazy,
That's
man.
fair. I will say this on the NBA Finals before we go. I would love it for Eric Spoelstra because I think he's one of the.
Spoelstra's awesome.
I think he's an elite coach. The fact that he started as like a fucking
Video coordinator.
data analyst or video coordinator, or whatever.
And in the days of VHS,
Yeah.
so he was sitting there cutting
it's so
together
good,
and
dude.
taping together film.
And I think he's one of the best coaches, and maybe won't ever fully get his due if he doesn't win one without LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. So I would love for him to, even though he was a game away from the finals last year and is in the finals now. But anyway, I'd love to see him win it. I think that'd be really cool.
I agree. All right. That'll do it for Scone and T, man. Moose, thanks, man. This was super
dude.
fun.
For sure.
All right, man. Matt will be back Monday on AFR.
Yep, Monday on AFR.
Obviously, if you listen to OTB and other stuff, we'll let you know if Whiskey and Wine gets confirmed. I hope it does, but you don't know. And again, if you're looking for something on Friday for the games, $5 margaritas right over there at Rock Paper Tacos. Huge thank you to everybody who hangs out with us every Wednesday, man. We love you all. Hit the like button, all that shit. And I'll see you all in a few hours. And Moose will see you tomorrow afternoon for some fucking sports. Okay? You have a great night.